Hello guys, and welcome to this little guide where I'm going to be taking you through the process of taking a model that is made up of multiple meshes and then how to optimize it for the texturing process. Now this will include UV unwrapping, then combining the individual elements together to create one texture atlas or UV atlas for the whole entirety of these multiple meshes, and then also how to generate a color ID. All of this is going to be done inside Blender 3D. So this first one is about how to allocate colors to each section of these meshes in preparation for ID mapping. So this isn't in preparation for a texture set workflow to something like Substance Painter, but with the idea that we're going to bake out a color ID map in order to optimize the workflow onto one texture atlas. So the first thing I'm going to do is make sure I'm inside Blender Render, not Cycles Render. So let's make sure we're in Blender Render, and also make sure that your models currently have no materials attached. So all of these meshes have no materials attached, and if they have, make sure that you minus them off, especially if you've started in Cycles and have now moved through to Blender Render. So I've gone through, and any materials I may have had on any of these meshes I've taken away. So we can start from fresh. So what I'm going to do is just pick each of these sections and allocate a color. So I'm going to press New in the material section. On the diffuse color, I'm going to pick a color. And I'm going to pick, doesn't have to be, but I'm going to pick something similar to what I want it to roughly look like. And at the moment we're not seeing anything, and that's because I have textured solid ticked here. So if I untick that, I can see the base diffuse color of the material that I'm attaching. So let's go to the next one, New, and pick a completely different color, because this is important with ID maps that we pick a completely different color for each section that we want to isolate. There we go. I'm going to put intensity at 100 and make sure the intensity is 100 on that one. Yes, it is. I'm going to take specular completely down, and on this one I'm going to take the specular value intensity all the way down as well. So we've just got this diffuse look. I'm going to come to this bottom base plate, carry on, pick a colour. I'm going to go even darker again. Intensity of the diffuse up, intensity of the specular down. There we go. And we carry on doing this for all the elements. We just make sure that they've all got different colors so we can isolate them separately based on their color value, not simply based. Sure, yeah, specular intensity was down on that one. And the bolder the colors and the different nature of the colors, the better. So intensity up, specular intensity down, and let's pick a completely different color again. Let's go green this time. And you can see it's just a repetition of a theme until we're all the way through. So what I'll do is I'll carry on doing this, and then we'll come back and look at the next stage. So that's how we add our base colors to our mesh. Thank you. I'll see you next time. And what we'll do is we'll take this to the next stage and look at the UV unwrapping stage, ready to bake out our ID map.